good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is Monday, October 16th. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and get to my guests. Okay, so Friday, we did a Murdered by the Mob at the Iron Bar in Manhattan in the secret room. That's Ralph Bracco and I play Bunny. He plays Vito. It was a great show. We had people from Connecticut, Northport, Staten, Italy. It was great. And I want you to know, and we could throw up that poster, that we're going to be doing the show on October 27th in Bayside at Bourbon Street. You can go to bourbonstreet.com for tickets. We're asking everyone to please dress up in costume that night since it's so close to Halloween, and we're going to be giving out some prizes. So you eat, drink, dance, sing. It's very interactive. It's like going to a wedding. Someone gets whacked. You got to figure it out. It's so much fun. Thank you very much. Saturday, I went to my cousin Tina's annual Halloween party in Hicksville. There I am. I dressed up as a medieval princess, and my daughter and her friends and my niece were making fun of me, saying I look like Fiona from Shrek. But I don't think so, because I was not in green. There's no green on that costume. So thank you for that. And Sunday is laundry day because we all need clean underwear. And I ended up going to my brother's house in Massapequa to celebrate his birthday. There's my brother, Salvatore Canastraci. So a very happy and healthy birthday to my baby brother, Sal. Okay, thank you for that. I just want everyone to know it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. I went to go get the girls checked. I went for my mammo, got the report. Thank God I'm all good. So hence the pink this month. So please go get your mammos if you didn't go. This is just a reminder to go. And if you don't go the month of October, go around your birthday so you remember every year to go. Also, NYLIF. We've got the New York there we go. NYLIF, the New York Long Island Film Festival is coming up this week. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm in there on Saturday at 5 o'clock with It's Love Bro, which is a rom-com. And I'm also there the day before with a Graveyard Medium, and we're going to talk about my guest as to when his movie is there too. We're going to get to that in a little bit. All right, so listen, I have to talk to this man because I was introduced to him through a mutual friend, Fran. So thank you for the recommendation. He's a producer, he's a director, he's also dabbled in acting. Okay, George Buzzeo's here. Hi, George.
How are you, Theresa?
I'm great. Thank you for coming to beautiful Paradise Studios.
Finally here. Finally here.
So listen, you and I talked over the phone a little bit. Hello,
Yeah.
good evening, Bruno. Thank you, everyone, for watching the show. Please share it. Please like it. You are from... Hello, Queens boy. I'm a Queens girl.
I think so. Yeah, we're neighbors.
Yeah, so
well,
I was...
back in the day.
Yeah, I was from Bayside, and you were from Flushing.
Flushing, yeah.
Yeah, you went to John Bown High School.
John Bown, yeah.
Which we talked about how, you know, the high school's here, and my grandparents' house was diagonally across the street.
Yes,
so
and
that
I
corner
walked
house,
past-
you know that corner house.
I walk past that house every day.
I know, because the bus stop's right there,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So John Bown High School. But as a kid, what did you really want to be when you grew up? What did you have in mind?
Well, back then in the late 70s, you know, we were all inspired by, you know, the famous directors. and Spielberg and all that, and Jaws.
Yeah.
And I was living on a street with a buddy of mine, James Lorenz, and we just started making movies because he brought the bug from Astoria. He lived in Astoria.
Okay.
And and then I just kind of
Now
went
was this after college, because you did go to Queensboro
Yeah.
Community College, which was my
No, this
neighbor
was
to
during-
Cardozo, because I
Oh,
went to
yeah,
Cardozo,
sure.
so it was like right across the street.
Sure,
So really right out of that was it. You took off.
17 maybe. I was buying cameras and we were other friends were getting drunk on the weekend, and we were
Not
writing
you.
scripts and doing filmmaking.
Yeah,
on the weekends.
you jumped into independent filmmaking at a very, very young age.
Yeah, very young.
Yeah.
But then it just as life gets in the way of your dreams. But
It
no,
does, because you need,
it's all
you
good.
need, we talk about this all the time, that you need a real job to pay the bills.
Yeah, you do.
You need some kind of medical benefits.
Yeah.
Reality sets in, and
But I always kept that interest in mind,
Yeah.
and kind of grew with it.
Right.
But it morphed into other things.
yeah.
As
Well,
in
I
video.
have a nice synopsis over here about you that
you
I'd
do?
like to, just read real quick.
Wait a
and
minute,
then
who wrote it?
We'll get. I'm not sure. I didn't really look at the author, but it just says that you started indies at a very young age. In 1980, you actually went into a live event staging business,
Right.
and but your actual professional breakthrough happened in '87 when you actually co-produced and directed a 90-minute instructional
Yeah.
video. It was called An Introduction to Special Effects Makeup
Right.
with John Dodds.
Right.
Tell me how that happened.
So that's pretty interesting. A friend
Well,
of
that's
mine.
why I asked.
I know. You're very good, Teresa.
Oh, listen, we just got started.
I
ain't seen
know
nothing
you are.
yet.
No, back at that point in my life, a buddy of mine we were working in the business together, Bill Burke, also a filmmaker.
Yeah.
And so he was in New Jersey, and so we were looking at different projects while we were working in the staging field.
Right.
And he knew somebody from Alcone Makeup Company in Astoria, or Long Island City, rather. And so we pitched the idea to possibly make an instructional video to basically put out there into space for the college group to learn the craft of special effects makeup.
Wow, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Special effects makeup is extremely, extremely
it's
cool, and
crazy.
it is an art. I mean,
It
it's
is.
an art. I didn't throw up the pic or give it in, but after the show, I'll show you.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, young kid, I mean young, because this is a few years ago, was going into it. Someone recommended him. They're like, you need to go see him.
Wow.
So I went as I was a zombie. And he made it look like there was a chunk,
Nice.
like missing
Yeah,
from
I
my
love
neck.
that.
And I was like, it was just so incredible,
Yeah, yeah.
the products that
Oh,
they
yeah. Oh, yeah.
use
Oh,
and
yeah.
and really how realistic,
Yeah.
that was like that movie FX. I love
Right.
that movie.
FX, yeah.
was a great
John
movie.
Dodds, he's incredible because he's at that time. He was like next to Dick Smith as far as leading special effects man, and
Yeah.
he went on by he was in he did the special effects for Spookies. I don't know if you remember that movie
Yeah,
back in the
yeah.
'80s. And then he went on Broadway and did Phantom, and he was doing all the effects for that.
So
And,
it's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It's fascinating for me. Then you also were growing as an independent video engineer.
Right.
Dabbled in that, and like 40 years later, hello, because you've been in this industry a long time.
Yeah.
You started when you were like 2. You're now a film producer. You do technical engineering. You also are art director and corporate. You use a multi-camera iMag Productions and theatrical live events.
Yeah.
So this is like big time stuff. I mean, this isn't like rinky dink.
No. This is corporate
amateur
industrial.
stuff.
Yeah, this
This
is corporate
you
industrial.
do a lot of stuff.
yeah.
What was your biggest event you've ever done?
Oh my God! I mean, they're all big, but it's.
There's got to be a mega. Is there an Omega in there
mean,
somewhere?
Yeah, I guess the upfronts. I did a few upfronts for Fox and for Pix, and they're tremendous. They're
Yeah.
done in Madison Square Garden and all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. How nervous do you get when you go into a venue and you have to rely on, I guess, what they're offering to you as far as tech stuff? Like, you have your stuff with you, but you have to make sure that they have the right stuff, that everything works, right?
I mean, I'm basically brought in as a director or a technical producer, you know, for my own clients, and you know, but we go in with a plan. You know, there's usually a technical director and a stage manager that handles all that part of the show, and because it's a live event.
How much rehearsing goes into?
Well, it's you know, could be
Depends.
you know, if it's a week-long show, it's 2-3 days of rehearsing, you know, and then the show is, you know, maybe an hour or two. But if it's a multiple-day show, it could go on with rehearsals after, you know, each show.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. It's good times. It's good times.
So you are actually the owner and operator of GB Media Productions, Inc. And like you said, you do corporate events, you do event production, live events, video production. Look, you've been doing this a really long time, so obviously you have a reputation, and you probably do have repeat clients.
Yeah. I mean, you know, one of my clients is Warner Media, and so
nice.
you know, they bring me on.
Not too shabby.
No, not too shabby.
Yeah.
But you know, they bring me on, you know, to help out in their screening room and you know, have their events, whatever they may be, but you know, primarily, you know, it's a live event space. So I could be in California. I'm all over the place.
Right. You don't. So you don't actually have to be at the live event when it's happening?
Yeah.
Or you do?
I'm there.
You're all over, though.
Yeah,
You've
I'm
been
backstage.
in Vegas, you've been in Florida.
I'm in backstage in a dark ballroom.
But that's what I'm saying. You like, when you're saying I could be somewhere else, I'm like, what? But you've
well,
done,
yeah, well, during COVID.
But you've traveled. You've traveled a lot.
Yeah.
As far as like Vegas and Florida.
Traveled,
you've been like all over.
Yep. All over the world, you know.
All over the world.
Been
really?
to Austria.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lovely thing. So you got a lot of stamps in your passport.
Well, not lately.
Well, no. Well, that's a whole other topic. But listen, before we go to our next topic, we're going to go to my first break. So don't go away. More with George Buzzeo when we get back.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Ttime on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. Gonna give some shout outs to Bruno and Fran and Ann and Mickey. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like the show and share it. Tea Time is live every Monday night on at 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. And then it goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard, and seen every Saturday on Optimum TV, channel 20 at 10 a.m. I am with my new friend, George Buzzeo. He's a producer, director, actor, because you know you have acted. We're going to talk about that too, and you know, started as an independent filmmaker many, many moons ago, and I got into live events and has been really doing this for a very, very long time.
You're making me sound old.
No, you're not old. We're not old. We're not.
I am old.
No, but I heard you say in another interview that you really prefer creating content.
Yeah.
So what are you always looking for?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on at the time, like, you know, with this project that I did and telling people stories, and I I kind of like that. You know, I don't know. It's something happened during COVID. Really.
Well, let's talk about
Let's
that
do
because
talk about
during
that.
COVID, you started a podcast
Yeah.
called Buzz Talk.
Buzz Talk Live.
And Buzz Talk Live, let me include that.
Right.
And I have to say, it was birthed during COVID,
Yeah.
but it was because of your son.
Because
so
of my son.
How did that happen?
Oh boy. So my son Thomas, he one day he was just, I was. He was playing video games,
Right.
and all of a sudden I see him, on the same screen with the video game. Sharing, the game with friends and buddies. And it gave me an idea right away. Right away, it gave me an idea.
Wow, like a light bulb moment.
Yeah, because it's the engineer in me.
Yep.
And I says, well, when I'm not doing anything, and
Yeah.
I'm going crazy during COVID, as
I'm
everybody
sure,
was.
I'm sure.
And I figured, I have to do something. So I started creating, and that's how it came up. But it started, small, just on my computer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then it got bigger and bigger, and then
And
I
you've been
challenged
doing it how
myself.
long? How long have you been doing your show?
Well, I mean, I suspended the show because
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
documentary,
yeah.
but the show,
I mean, you did
during
you did like over 100 shows, right?
May, during COVID, May. Like
Was it
May,
a once a week thing for you, or like whenever
well,
you felt
when I
it,
first,
or whenever
no.
you could get a guest? Or...
When it first started, I did 4 shows a week.
Oh, my.
Yeah, papi.
Okay. You
And-
really wanted to keep busy.
Oh yeah, I really wanted to keep
I do
this.
this once a week, and it's a lot for me.
No, and then I says, no, this is not going to work out. So then a friend of mine in Las Vegas,
Yeah.
at the time, Frank Salcedo, who became the director of this thing and the writer,
Right.
he became my managing director for the
Okay,
show.
right.
And remotely. So
Right.
And he's a writer, so he would, help me do
Okay.
everything.
Okay. And it's
and then-
it's an hour show.
It's an hour-long
also?
show.
And you interview people in the entertainment industry.
Primarily-
Like moi.
Like you,
Yes.
but everything was done virtually because
Yes.
of COVID.
Yes.
And then so I figured, I just I have to expand my horizons here. So I
Yeah.
got a set and
Right.
started, really getting to
Yeah.
getting to the show.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's how it proceeded. And I had Anson Williams on the show.
Anson's great. I haven't had him on the show yet. I had Donnie Most on the show.
Yeah, Donnie's his best friend.
Yeah.
And
Anson just got married not that long ago.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And so, I had, my God, so many people on the
I
show.
heard you're into drummers.
Drummers.
Yeah?
Yeah. Chip Ritter. Chip Ritter. I think it was. Yeah, he was in. Oh God! Now you're gonna have to make me go back into my files here.
How do you get your guests? Everyone gets their guests differently. How did you
Well,
get your
I
guests?
reached out primarily through social media,
Yeah.
TikTok. If I see something interesting,
Okay.
I would reach out.
Yeah.
Liliac Band
Okay.
was amazing. They're like the Partridge Family,
Oh, cool.
and they were on America's Got Talent, and I reached out to the dad and find something to do.
Yes.
And promote them at the same time.
Yes.
And then that's how, they found me. And
Right.
and then, I was just trying to grow my channel, as a host
Right,
like yourself.
right,
and little by little, I mean, I'm not done.
What did your son think about it?
Oh, he was great. He became my social media,
All right. Well,
guru
that helps.
behind this.
That helps, like a publicist, like a private publicist.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I asked my daughter. She said no.
No, right off the bat.
No, Mom. No.
No.
You can't afford me. I was like, okay.
Well,
Can't
these
afford
kids
her.
today.
Yeah, it's very different from when
Yes,
we
it
were
is.
younger.
It is. It really is.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get a hold of it.
So, you've done many movies, like over
103,
yeah,
4,
like
something
over
like that.
100
Yeah.
interviews. But one of those interviews was with Kim Kahana.
That's right.
Now,
That's
Kim
right.
Kahana is a gentleman who was a professional stuntman for many, many, many years. He actually, well, that's the poster. We're going to talk about that in a minute. He actually, you had him on as a guest.
Right.
And obviously he mesmerized you with all the information and his story.
Yeah.
Because you said, you know what, I'd love to do a docudrama on you and like really...
Not until later.
Well, put your story out there, though. I mean, it was the first time you really dove into that. Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, not right off the bat. I had him on the guest.
Yeah, no, it didn't happen
like,
right away.
Right, as like
Right.
everybody else.
Right.
And
But
you
it
know,
made
this
you
man, you know, at the time was 92 years old.
Yeah.
And he has all his marbles.
Right.
He's fantastic to talk to. He's the greatest storyteller you'll ever
Yeah, we have a
meet.
pic. We have a pic of him.
Do you have
There's
a pic of Mr.
Of
Kahana?
him. No, well, that's the poster. There's a pic of him. There he is. That's it.
Okay.
That should be it. The one above him? Nope. Yep.
No,
nope,
that's me.
you. That's you.
That's
Oh,
me
I
backstage.
I thought I sent it. All right, I'm sorry. It's
That's
on
okay.
me. All right, I'll send it during the commercial break.
Oh, by the
Put
way,
it up.
today's his birthday.
It is it?
Yes.
Oh,
It's Mr.
happy
Kahana's
birthday, Mr. Kahana.
Happy birthday, Mr. Kahana.
And he's 90,
94 today.
94. God bless this man.
94 years
Oh
old.
my gosh. Wow.
So let me tell you as far as how this all happened with Buzz Talk Live, because
yes.
everything comes to be because of Buzz Talk Live.
Right,
This is
right.
crazy.
Right.
And so Mr. Kahana was a guest, as I said, and he was great. And we went through his life and in the
Yeah.
movies and
Yeah.
everything. And then one day, I don't know what happened, but I was looking through my old interviews, and I said, Mr. Kahana, he was very interesting. So, and then I did a little more research on him.
Right.
And nothing was really professionally done
Okay.
on his life.
Yeah.
There was a book about his life called Kahana, The Untold Stories
Okay.
by Ann Kennedy.
Right.
And so I bought the book, I read the book, and I got inspired. You know, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And at the time, we're still maybe getting out of lockdown.
Right.
So immediately I put together a team of, before I even pitched them, I put together a team of filmmakers.
Wow.
And I said, you know, would you be interested if I do this?
Right,
to
right.
help
Would you
me?"
be on board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, you know.
Yeah.
And Frank was one of them.
Yeah.
And then Michael Steigner, who's
Right.
Frank's friend at the time, he became the cinematographer. So then I went to Sandy Kahana, and I pitched them the idea of could this be possible of creating a story
Right.
and a documentary at the time
Right.
about Mr. Kahana.
Right.
She says, yeah, sure, let's do it, you know. And it became a film more than a documentary.
Right.
It's a
right.
docudrama.
Yes. Yes.
So, but everything,
Because you're in it. You actually act in it.
I am in like one little scene.
All right, but hello, you are in it.
Yeah.
And you play. Who do you play?
Dick Donner,
Yes,
the famous
I got
film
that.
director.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so
Are you comfortable in front of the camera or behind it?
I'm all right. I mean, you know, it took me a little while to warm up,
Yeah.
but it was fun. You know, it's a challenge, like everything else, a challenge. You know? But yeah, I mean, like James Duvall, you know, he's a big time Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
And he was a guest on Buzz Talk Live.
Wow.
Again, this is how everything revolves around Buzz Talk Live.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to you more about the producing end of the film tonight.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times when, you know, somebody talks about certain things, you don't know the interworkings of a project like this.
Yeah.
And you know, I became, as you know, as an independent film director or independent filmmaker, you do everything.
Yeah,
So,
you do.
you know,
You wear
the
many,
casting
many
agent,
hats.
and this and that.
Yes.
I mean, I learned so much. I'm working with the Orlando Film Commission, you know, securing areas in Florida, and it's been just a crazy ride. And
for you, it was also a learning experience because you really never done it before.
well, not that part of it.
No, not
you
that
know, not
part.
not
That
that
was new
big.
to
That's
you.
a big scale.
Yeah.
You know, and I jumped right into the pool, Theresa, right in.
That's how you have to do it.
Right into the
George.
fire. I'm like,
That's the way you have to do it. You can't
That's-
can't touch
No.
the water with your toe.
No,
You can't.
no. You got to jump right in.
It's all or nothing.
And then you feel nice.
All right, well, you know what? I got to take my next break, but when we come back, don't go away, please. So much more with George. We'll be back after this.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
How you doing? It's Sal, the voice of Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I have producer, director, actor George Buzzeo with me talking about his amazing career, starting off with indie films and then just going from there and progressing, doing things he's never thought he would do before, especially during COVID when we were all doing nothing. And he started this podcast, which is Buzz Talk Live, with the help of his son, and has interviewed over 100 people. And one of those people we did mention before the break is Kim Kahana, who is a professional stuntman, has been in this movie and television industry like forever. I mean, happy birthday. Today's his birthday. He's turned 94. God bless. We should all see 94. Yeah. And, you know, you interviewing him, like you said, led to you executive producing and also acting as Richard Donner in it. But it's a docudrama. And it's called Kim Kahana. We got the poster now. It's Kim Kahana, the man who changed Hollywood. And what I found amazing about it, we're gonna be seeing it this weekend. I'm gonna see it this weekend. But it's based on the life of Kim Kahana, who worked as a professional stuntman. But he is the most prolific stuntman in the entertainment industry. He's done so many things, including all the Death Wish movies and working very closely with Charles Bronson. And he was in the movie Spartacus, which my jaw dropped when I heard that. I was like,
Mine did
oh
too.
my. I mean, that is... That's legendary.
It's just crazy. His 73-year storied career in Hollywood.
Who lasts that long in Hollywood?
He does.
I think that's a Guinness Book of World Record.
Yeah, it must be.
You know?
You know, he's doubled Charles Bronson for 20 years.
Wow.
He's worked with Clint Eastwood.
Throw those names out there.
Oh my God. You know, Hulk Hogan. He's been in like some classic Cool Hand Luke. I mean, Chongo. His famous was Chongo. He played Chongo on Danger Island.
Okay.
And that's the scene we recreated where I played Dick Donner, who directed Chongo in Danger Island.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember that back then, it was Saturday morning, and it was the banana splits. Remember the banana splits?
Yeah.
Well, he was one of the flurry, fuffy guys running around on motorcycles. That was Mr. Kahana.
Wow.
And then he played, he got the role of Chongo for Danger Island. He didn't speak. He had no lines.
Right.
And that's a whole nother thing we get into on the film.
Right.
How he got that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's just been all over the map. Wow. You know, and he's a legend. You know, he is definitely a legend of what he has accomplished in Hollywood and in filmmaking.
Well, because I know in the docudrama, you're interviewing other stuntmen.
Yeah,
who,
yeah.
I mean,
That's
you know,
all of his students.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he has over 20,000 students that went into that school and he's become their mentor. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, they're spending weeks, months on end. You know, learning the craft of stunt performing,
Yeah.
but yet also learning life skills.
I know back then there weren't as many stunt women
That's right.
as there are today.
Well, Mr. Kahana played the Flying Nun.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Believe it or not, Mr. Kahana
You know,
played the Flying Nun.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. If he ever had to, you know,
Yeah.
play a female
Yeah.
character as a stunt man, because especially with the Flying Nun, hello, I mean,
Yeah.
that was a little crazy. Because I know that Angie Dickinson, I know, had a stunt double.
Right.
But again, they were few and far between back then.
Very few and
How
far between.
many of his 20,000 students would you say are female or were female?
Quite a bit. I mean, we interviewed a KC who went to the school originally in California.
Okay.
And she was great. She lives in California. We crisscrossed the map doing these interviews.
Wow.
And
You know, let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. How long did it actually take you to film the docudrama?
well,
long was that
it took a
process?
while for us to kind of get the concept together.
Okay.
But production, we were 2 years, 2 years doing this.
Yeah.
And then then this part of it, the post part of it.
Yeah, I mean,
know,
yeah, there's a lot involved.
this is the
from
fun
soup
part.
This is the fun part, as
Yeah.
talking about it and promoting it. But from soup to nuts, again, people don't realize, like most movies, big budget films that you see, like
takes
a
years,
Leonardo
yeah.
DiCaprio in or something. Usually, it's a good year. Usually, it's a year. Because after you film everything has sound and color
Right.
and editing, and there's so much involved.
A lot goes into it. Now with the series, and that's what we're trying to do with this. We're trying to, and it's in development. We're trying to maybe possibly do a series.
Oh, that's so
stunt
cool.
series. Yeah.
Love it, love it.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely. That's exciting. I did take some self-defense classes when I was younger.
That's good.
I know, because
Especially today. Theresa.
yeah, no, especially today. But it all started in high school when this girl wanted to beat me up, and I didn't know what to do, and I was really scared. And my cousin's a black belt, and I said to her, "Can you just show me? I don't want to hurt the girl. I don't want to learn how to hurt a person. I just want to learn how to defend myself."
sure,
So she was showing me moves, basically how to defend myself. And I was like, all ready. Because here I'm like 5'2", nothing, and this girl was like an Amazon, and she never showed up. So I mean, in a way, I was a little disappointed, because I wanted to, like, I had skills now.
Yeah,
you know
right,
what I mean?
right.
But to see people get tossed around,
Yeah.
and you're jumping out of a 6-story window, or you're parachuting, or you're hanging off a plane or a helicopter,
yeah.
or that's extreme.
Yeah, he, Mr. Kahana, one of his famous stunts was a plane, helicopter to plane transfer, and back then they didn't really have green screen,
Oh, no, no.
They did,
Right.
but Mr. Kahana did he went on a wire from a helicopter to the plane,
Right.
an aircraft,
Right.
American Airlines or whatever it was in the film, on a wire with no parachute.
Wow.
And it still
You
boggles
have to be
my
a
mind.
little,
It still boggles
a
my
little,
mind. Yeah.
a little crazy.
Well, yes.
You just gotta have a little something.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, because I mean, you're
Yeah.
really tempting.
Yeah. I
Fate.
mean, he's broken so many bones in his body.
Oh, I
through
can
the course of his
imagine.
time,
Does he have to insure his body?
I guess. I don't know.
I'm curious to know.
That's
And
a
I'm
good
also
question.
curious to know, I don't know if you asked him this, but I would be curious to know how he feels about actors actually performing their own stunts, almost like Tom Cruise, who is known to really perform some incredible stunt work.
He's not with that. He believes that the that the stunt performer should perform the stunt.
Sure. Well, I'm agreeing with that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
agreeing
mean,
with
you know,
that.
Tom Cruise, he does do his own stunts, but
Yes.
I don't know if
He's
he
an
does
exception.
every stunt. He's a good motorcycle,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he does every stunt. That's to be debated.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and you know, with his career in Hollywood and what he has done with teaching the skill of stunts. You know,
Because you have to know how to fall
Oh, yeah.
properly. You have to know how to. I mean, it really is
yeah.
choreography.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As well.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he's 11th degree black belt, Mr. Kahana. I mean, granted, he's 94, but I still wouldn't want to tussle with him. I wouldn't want to tussle with him.
Yeah.
No, but you know, he's a remarkable human being,
Wow.
and he's such a he's a real person when you talk to him. And
Where's he originally from?
Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. That again, that's part of the film.
Yeah.
It's the whole, you know, how we set his early childhood,
Right.
and then getting into, you know, what he became.
Yeah,
you know.
because I know in Hawaii you see a lot of, obviously it's known for surfing, and they do a lot of stuff on those giant waves that you can't normally do somewhere else because
Right.
you have to go to specific, you know, areas
sure.
to do that. And I know there's a lot of cliff diving that goes on there
Yeah.
as well. So I'm sure he, you know, that was just like part of his childhood.
I guess. I don't know as far as watercraft and all that stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
part of it. But he was big on motorcycles and
Wow.
high falls and
Were
all
you
that stuff.
ever like that as a kid?
I tried it once. I jumped off my roof in my backyard.
Into?
It's under the ground.
Really?
Yeah, I tossed and tumbled.
Did you break anything?
No.
Wow, you were lucky.
I know. But that was crazy. And because we were filming.
Right.
And I don't know. It's just.
Well, I'll tell you my quick story. I always wanted to be like the Bionic Woman.
Oh, okay.
Or Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Or anything with like powers and stuff. And my sister and I we shared a room, okay? And we had high-rise beds, right? So my bed would go under her bed.
Oh,
and
sure.
I'd have to pull it out at night and bring it up. And we would separate them. And we'd put on towels as capes. And we would jump from bed to bed to bed and like literally fly across the room.
I know.
To
Isn't that
bed.
great?
It was until
You hit your head.
until I went flying and I landed. My chin hit the corner of the night table, and that was the first time I had to get stitches. Was under my chin, and my my mother was like, "What are you guys doing?" And
You'll never forget that
But I
moment.
wanted to feel like Lindsay Wagner. I wanted to feel like Bionic Woman, where she's going.
Yeah.
And she, you know, she's jumping on the other bed. That's what I wanted
Well,
to do.
Wonder Woman, Jeannie Epper, who was Wonder Woman's stunt double.
Carter? Yeah.
Linda Carter's
Yeah,
stunt double.
right.
Well, that's, you know, Kim Kahana's, you know.
Students? One of
No,
her
that
students?
he knew the whole family of stunt. Because the Eppers is really big. They're
Okay.
like the most famous family.
Really?
Of stunt performers. Yeah, and Jeannie Eppers was
That's
was
interesting.
Wonder Woman's stunt double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I mean, he learned from Johnny Eppers, who's the father. You know, that's.
So that was his,
and
like,
again,
his
this is in the
mentor,
film.
right?
You know,
Yeah,
this is.
yeah.
It's just crazy how his career, how he made it happen.
Right,
You know, and
right.
and not too many people, you know, I guess could say that because he made his own success, and once he had his success, then
Yeah.
he gave back, and that's what makes him such a
Right.
awesome human
Yeah,
being. You know?
yeah. You know, he wants to share his talent and
Yeah.
his knowledge
Yeah.
with everyone.
And he
which
has
is
plenty
a
of it.
beautiful thing.
Even at 94, plenty of it.
And what was his reaction to you when you said to him, "Hey, I want to do this about you"?
Oh, that's a great
Was
story.
he a little
That's
comprehensive
a great
about
story.
it? Well, I'd like to hear it.
So, so we now remember I just interviewed him online.
Okay.
So I never physically met Mr. Kahana.
Ever?
Not physically met him
Not
because he's in Florida.
right.
During Buzz Talk Live,
Okay.
I virtually
yes,
met him.
Yes.
So when I brought the team to his house
Yes.
in Groveland, and we went up the steps, and it was like he created a scene. He created a scene.
Really?
He had his back towards us, looking
Oh,
at his
geez.
fireplace. I swear to you.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
He had his back towards us. We're climbing up the steps, and I led the troop. And I says, "Hey, Mr. Kahana, I'm George. Remember me, Buzz Talk Live?" And he turns around. He says, "What do you guys want?" And we looked at each other, and we're like, "Oh boy, this is not going to go over too
Right.
well."
I hope he's not
He says,
serious.
He said, "You guys Hollywood?" And we're like, "No, Mr. Kahana, we're
No.
not. We're as far from as Hollywood as you can get." And I think he appreciated that because he saw something in us that wasn't where what others, because they use his land.
Right.
He has a 175 acre ranch
Oh, wow.
in Groveland.
Wow.
And Netflix goes down there all the time filming and
Yeah.
because he has lagoons, he has all these scenes, he creates scenes on his property. It's amazing. And he doesn't like anybody going, he's like, "You guys are okay."
He gave you his stamp of approval.
Right.
Thank God.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, before we take my next break, let's watch the trailer
Yes.
to the
let's do it.
movie. Okay? So I'm going to play that.
He was on his way to becoming the most recognized and sought-after stuntman in Hollywood.
Hey, if you ever need a stuntman in your next movie, let me know. Kim Kahana.
I got you now. Those doors don't open. I'm just kidding. It's okay. Name's Kim Kahana.
Riding bareback, hands tied, bucking and roping from any horse they threw at him. He was worth his weight in gold.
Uh-oh, Tonto!
And it became a fun show. The funny part about it, when I finished, I talked to Joe Barbera and said, I would like you to help me get an agent to learn how to act and stuff. And he said, "Why? You're a natural." Probably put 25,000 people through the school, and some of them are the biggest coordinators in the world today.
I think you could write a book just on that. There was so much going on. I mean, 2 Purple Hearts, but the Silver Star is the highest award for valor and courage under fire, other than the Medal of Honor. Silver Star is a big deal.
This brings a new beginning. Thank you.
Wow, it looks incredible.
Isn't that great?
I am so excited to see it. As a matter of fact, if anyone's in the area,
Yeah.
this weekend, Friday the 20th, it will be shown at 10 a.m.
10 a.m., yeah.
Okay, and that's in Lindenhurst, and you could go to the website. It's on my page too. It's NYLIF, the New York Long Island Film Festival. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, just to see this man's story, that what we created, I think we did a good job.
It looks,
yeah,
hello,
yeah,
it looks
yeah,
like you
looks
did a
good.
great job.
Thank you.
You've put this in other festivals as well, correct?
Yeah. I put them in a lot of festivals.
And it's gotten a wonderful reception.
Yeah, I mean, Florida, we're in 3 in Florida, 1 we're a finalist in. So.
And you really want to get this on some kind of network.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now.
Whether it's
that's what we're working on.
Yeah, you're trying to get it like Netflix or something.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so everyone could know his story.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
you know, it's an hour 38 film.
Okay.
And so if we have to cut it in half to make it a 2-part series, but you know,
I think that's a nice amount of time.
Right.
Yeah. I give it my stamp of approval.
Good. Thank you, Theresa.
You're welcome,
Thank
George.
God.
All right, listen, I'm going to take my last break, but there's so much more to talk about with George Buzzeo, so we'll be back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Doc, who's your favorite guinea?
Teresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrow.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Oh my God, I'm having so much fun tonight with my friend George Buzzeo. He's a producer, director, actor, an amazing career in the industry, and now again got into this docudrama about Kim Kahana, the man who changed Hollywood, and he is 94 today, so happy birthday, Mr. Kahana, and we are having a blast just talking about you and what you've done. 73 years in Hollywood, that has to be a Guinness Book of World Record. This man needs to go into the Guinness Book of World Record. But yeah, so talk to me about producing and, like you said, wearing all those hats. And
yeah, I mean, you know, getting this project off the ground, I had to find some way of producing it and not letting anybody down.
Right.
And having the team working on the back end of it. I mean, Frank Salcido, the writer and director of it, he's awesome. He's off the charts. He has such a creative mind, and he wrote the story and he wrote the script on it. And then Michael Stigner, who he makes everything look so nice.
Right.
Behind the lens, and
yeah.
Such craft-minded people, and they're all from the live event industry, you know. So these people that I brought in are from my world,
right?
But they've always had this hidden passion,
right,
of filmmaking.
But did it succeed your vision of what you had in mind?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, look, we had a very limited budget, you know.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know, the first thing is when you're an independent filmmaker, the first thing is fazools. If you don't have the fazools,
that's exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, a paisan. Hello, because again, his last name ends in a vowel, and it is Italian Heritage Month, so I'm having on Italians this month on my show. And don't let Farrell fool you, because my maiden name is Canastracey, which ends in an I. But George, the first thing is funding. Where do you get the fazools? How do you do this? Do you look for investors? Do you believe in it so much? It's my thing. I'm gonna do it on my own. I mean.
Well, it was, look, you know, at first I was trying to do everything myself, and I couldn't.
Yeah,
and so
you need a tribe.
Exactly. So I brought in another producer that helped me, Cindy Phillips. That was great. She helped me basically do the funding part of it,
right, and
create that space where people gave their money. It's incredible. Thank you so much. Anybody that's watching that donated. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's incredible, right?
This wouldn't have happened.
Because they believed in
if it
you, they
wasn't.
believed in the project. That's the bottom line.
Well, yeah, I guess that's what it's all about.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think the story sells itself.
Absolutely.
This man's life has sold this.
Yeah.
To have people's interest and to invest their money. Eric Hausman, I want to put that name out there. He's like my shining star, man.
Aww.
He's incredible, and he was part of I brought him in as part of the crew, creating the sets and set design and stuff like that. And but yeah, I mean, he's incredible. But everybody's incredible. That's donated to this thing.
Yeah.
But again, Cindy Phillip, you know, she really helped me create that part of the project. And that allowed me to do more of the casting and finding people to play certain roles.
Right.
And that was a challenge, you know, because you know we didn't really have money, you know, and
that's the thing.
I mean, I reached out to Robert Bronzi. Have you heard of that name?
Yes.
Robert Bronzi. He looks just like Charles Bronson.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And I reached out to him, but you know, it didn't work out. You know, with him, he lives, you know, in another country, and
it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be.
No,
exactly.
No. Did Mr. Kahana see it?
Yes.
And if he did, what did he think of it?
Oh yeah, no, he saw the director's cut first, and then we had the Orlando screening.
What was his reaction?
He cried. You know, he was touched.
Oh, that's sweet.
They were so touched. You know, I mean, you know, nobody really kind of did anything like this, you know, for him, and it just and then I think what really touched him was the song at the end of the credits.
Yeah.
I found again Buzztalk Live. I interviewed Richard Lynch, and Richard is an independent award-winning artist.
Wow.
In Ohio, and country singer.
Okay.
So I reached out to him, and I'm like, you know, would you be interested in creating a song for the credits?
Wow.
And he did that.
Oh
and
my gosh.
It's a story song.
Amazing.
Amazing. So stay for the credits. If you watch the film, it's like the best part.
It is.
But no, it's
that is
yeah.
so cool.
Richard Lynch, yeah, he's great.
Wow.
So
amazing. Really?
But that really touched Mr. Khan. It was he was toe tapping. He really loved that.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So hopefully it does well in the rest of festivals, and well, I'm really looking forward to, you know, this. What is it, this week?
Yeah, it's this week. It's I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
right?
If I'm not mistaken, and it's going to be amazing. It really is.
Yeah, this is going to be good. Oh, Jerry Ferretti.
Yes, Jerry Ferretti. Hello.
I got a shout out to Jerry.
Ferretti, because it's his.
Yeah.
It's his festival. And,
he's great.
He's a great guy. He's actually in It's Love Bro with.
Yeah.
We didn't have any.
I want to see all these films.
Let me tell you something. It's a rom-com. It's a rom-com. It's a comedy.
Okay.
And it's a romantic comedy, and it's very funny. And Jerry Ferretti. Jerry is in it. We did not have scenes together. But it's a great film.
Mm-hmm.
It was just shown Saturday night in Atlantic City.
Oh.
Where I think I heard it won Best Comedy.
Oh wow.
And
I saw the Fontanas. That's great.
I did not see that either. I want to see that
yeah,
too. He's going to be showing, I think, all 7 episodes or something.
Yeah.
But tell people how they find you, how they know what you're doing, and where you are. Facebook, Insta.
Yeah, well, Facebook, it's my page. It's a public page. It's George Buzzeo.
Yeah.
And then Kahana. KahanaMovie.com is the movie website. It has everything up there. Recent events that we've had, there's merch up there, all that stuff.
Okay.
And what else?
And on
Instagram, it's Kahana Project, I believe.
And then you're on it as Geo. Geo?
No, that's
was that old?
It's Buzztalk Live.
Oh, it is?
Buzztalk or Buzztalk Live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's.
And are you doing that show anytime soon? Are you going to return to Buzztalk
Just
Live?
a little tease at the end of your show is that I'm thinking probably January of 24, I'm going to do a live show right here in Paradise Studios.
Awesome.
On Strong Island TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I saw your studio.
Now, do we have
beautiful.
a studio number here?
There is a phone number that people.
No, a studio. Like, is this Studio 5?
Oh, you mean like what number studio I'm in? I don't know. There's like.
Gotta talk to Bobby.
I think there's like 6 different studios right now going on.
Yeah, I know.
I think
This is an incredible space.
5. I think there's 6. So yeah, it's an amazing place. Oh, listen.
Time's up.
Yeah, time's up. Oh my God, this went so fast. Hey, listen, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming in, doing this live and not virtual.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much
on this.
Congratulations to you too.
Thank you. I can't wait.
So we got something to look forward to.
I can't wait to see. Yeah, we're going to see each other this weekend.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for watching the show, supporting Tea Time. I'm nominated Beth Page, Best of Long Island, so you can go vote for me there. And listen, tell everyone you love them. And I'll see you next week, everybody. Ciao.
Bye-bye.